From a distance, it resembles a battleship standing in the sea, but in reality, it's a small city that is now completely eroded. At one time, more than 5,000 people lived on this small island, making it not just Japan's but the world's most densely populated city. There were apartments here, but their concrete has now crumbled, and people's belongings still remain within them to this day. It seems that perhaps everyone who used to live here has abandoned this place. All the facilities that should be present in a city were once here. But today, this entire island presents the picture of a deserted ghost town. But why? Why doesn't a single person out of the thousands who used to live here remain today? What happened here that kept tourists away from this island in Japan for 35 years? This island is called Hashima, situated 15 kilometers from the city of Nagasaki in Japan's South China Sea. Due to its resemblance to a battleship, it's also known as Battleship Island. In this part of the sea, there are around 500 such islands without any population. Hashima Island played a significant role in boosting Japan's economy in its time, and its most notable feature was coal mining. Over the past 150 years of its history, over 150 million tons of coal was extracted from the seabed near this island. In 1800, people living on Takashima Island, not far from Hashima, stumbled upon scattered coal on the ground. By 1850, Nagasaki had become an international shipping port, a hub where international cargo sailing ships docked. Great Britain and America were replacing their sailing ships with steam engines, requiring coal to power them. When these ships docked at Nagasaki port, they required coal for refueling, and this coal was scattered on the nearby island of Takashima. As the demand for coal increased, they turned towards the nearby islands, among which Hashima was the only one with a considerable amount of coal. Manual labor alone wasn't sufficient to meet the rising coal demands. Therefore, in the 19th century, Mitsubishi purchased Hashima Island. At that time, Mitsubishi built houses for workers and constructed a seawall around the entire island to protect it from ocean waves. That's why today this island resembles the shape of a ship. In 1916, there were 3,000 workers here, who extracted 1.5 million tons of coal from the ground each year. Due to the small size of Hashima Island, accommodation was quite limited. Thus, Mitsubishi constructed concrete residential complexes to accommodate more workers with their families. However, even with these efforts, the living space for workers remained relatively small. After that, the number of workers on Hashima Island increased, and Mitsubishi continued to build new complexes to accommodate them. Alongside that, schools for workers' children and entertainment centers were also established. By 1941, coal production on Hashima Island had reached an annual 410,000 tons. In 1959, the island's total population was 5,200. The total area of the island was just over 15 acres. Such a dense population had not been found in any country worldwide. Speaking of the coal mine, it was constructed by digging below Hashima Island, where the temperature remained at 35 degrees Celsius and 95% humidity. Working in such harsh conditions posed significant risks for the workers. Several workers lost their lives while working in the coal mine on Hashima Island, to the extent that during World War II and before, Chinese and Korean prisoners were forced to work in the coal mine here, which world still criticizes Japan today. In the 1960s, oil began to replace coal. The demand for coal reduced in the international market, and coal mines began closing gradually. Finally, on January 15, 1974, the company officially shut down the Hashima coal mine. Without jobs and livelihoods, thousands of workers abandoned Hashima Island overnight. An entire generation of humans had grown here in the history of Hashima Island, but they had to leave all their memories behind here. Today, Hashima presents the view of a forgotten, desolate island in South China Sea. For many years, the Japanese government sealed this island. Hashima was rediscovered in the 21st century and gained fame as Ghost Town, especially among those intrigued by ghost towns or abandoned places. In 2005, Japan officially opened Hashima Island for tourists. Officials attempted several times to repair the buildings here, but because of their reinforced concrete deteriorating significantly and harsh weather conditions, it's no longer feasible. Several buildings have collapsed due to typhoons, and others are on the brink of collapsing. Only a small part of the island has been repaired, and tourists are allowed access up to that point. The location of this ghost town is quite attractive to filmmakers. The 2009 Life After People TV series was shot here. Additionally, in 2011, several thrilling scenes from James Bond's Skyfall movie were shot on Hashima Island. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to Wonderful Stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next amazing video.